Some new cars look like a dream at first, with sleek tech and luxury exteriors. But 2 months in, and they're draining your wallet like a slow leak you can't plug. Today, we're sharing the 11 car brands that might look like a good deal, but come with hidden issues that turn your driving experience into a nightmare. If you're looking to purchase a new car, this list might just save you thousands. And trust me, the final brand is a jaw-dropper. Coming in at number 11, we've got Nissan. Before the Renault merger, Nissan was known for strong, dependable cars. The Maxima, for example, was durable and fun to drive. But that era is gone. Now, they rely on steep discounts to try to hide what's going on behind the wheel. But even that isn't working, because even if newer Nissans often sell for under $20,000, that low price tag comes with high risk. Starting with the fuel economy, the Nissan Armada is rated at 16 miles per gallon in the city and 22 on the highway. But owners say it's closer to 12 in real life. That means more time at the pump and more wasted money. Then there's the transmission. Nissan was an early adopter of CVT technology. But instead of reliability, it brought constant failure. Many of these units fail before 100,000 miles. And replacement costs range from $4,000 to $5,000, with the Sentra and Pathfinder being affected the most. Inside the cabin, it doesn't improve much. Infotainment systems are clunky and often freeze. Even brand new models feel outdated the moment you start driving them. Under the hood, it gets worse. Some engines burn oil quickly, others leak it entirely. Plus, when problems show up, they show up early. And fixing them isn't cheap either. To add to the list, Nissan's recall list keeps growing with faulty airbags, rust-prone body panels, and unreliable electronics. Overall, today's lineup is known for weak drivetrains, poor durability, and expensive repairs. Not worth it for long-term ownership. Number 10 goes to Land Rover. This luxury badge hides a long list of problems under its polished finish. The price might suggest reliability, but reality says otherwise. Even newer models struggle to reach 100,000 miles without major issues. Owners often complain about multiple repairs, and of course, they don't come cheap. Take the suspension, for example. Land Rover's air systems have been a headache for years. Plus, common breakdowns that cost a fortune to fix seem to show up very often, including electrical issues, glitchy screens, malfunctioning modules, and dead sensors. Basic maintenance isn't easy either. Brake and tire replacements can be needed as often as every 15,000 miles. That alone can drain up to $5,000. After Tata took over in 2008, the main problems stuck around, including cheap seals, faulty sunroofs, and worn-out parts. But let's say you notice these issues on time and want to get rid of these cars. The problem is, the resale value crashes so fast that you won't be gaining much even if you do. A 5-year-old Land Rover often sells for a fraction of its original price. That's far below what you'd see from most American or Japanese SUVs. Even the compact Evoque, which starts at $55,000, ranks worse in reliability than a $30,000 Toyota RAV4. That's a big red flag for anyone thinking long-term. With software bugs, high theft rates, and endless service visits, the Land Rover looks premium but ranks near the bottom in consumer trust. Buying one means dealing with constant problems, all while paying top dollar for it. Sitting at number 9 on the list is Jeep. Jeep stands for just empty every pocket, at least according to most owners. And with rising costs and falling confidence, it's not far from the truth. If you're only using it for off-road trails, Jeep can still deliver. But once it's on the road every day, the problems don't shy away from the owner. The ride feels harsh, handling is clumsy, and the cabin materials don't match the price tag. Even the tech feels behind. Speed isn't Jeep's strength either. Most models are slow to accelerate and lag in performance. These problems affect nearly every model. The Wrangler, Compass, Cherokee, Renegade, and Gladiator all have long lists of complaints, and none of them escape criticism. Safety is another concern. No Jeep has made the IIHS Top Safety Picks list since 2019. For a brand with its reputation, that's a big warning sign. Reliability is also poor across the board. In 2020, the Wrangler was named one of the top 10 least reliable cars by Consumer Reports. Plus, the Grand Cherokee and Compass continue to rack up negative reviews. Overall, maintenance costs are high, repairs come very frequently, and parts don't come cheap. It's gotten so bad that loyal fans have started turning away. And Jeep ranks near the bottom 10 in US sales growth out of 43 car brands. That means over 30 other automakers are doing better in the same market. Despite strong branding, Jeep has lost ground in quality, value, and safety, making it a brand you should avoid. Holding the 8th spot is General Motors. General Motors has been building cars for over 100 years. But experience doesn't always mean quality. Across many models, interior parts feel cheap, with quick-to-wear buttons, inconsistent paint jobs, and metal parts rusting way too quickly. Then come the bigger problems. Silverado trucks have dealt with drive shaft vibrations for years. Transmission control module failures are also widespread, yet GM often avoids covering the cost, leaving drivers paying out of their pocket. The engines aren't safe either. The Northstar V8 used undersized head bolts. That one flaw can destroy the entire motor, causing catastrophic failure to happen with little warning. On top of that, GM's recall history reflects just how bad it gets. The 2014 ignition switch disaster affected millions of vehicles, but GM only acted after legal pressure and not out of responsibility. Customer service is also bad. Many owners report long delays, poor repairs, and ignored warranties. So, their one-star ratings continue to rise. All models, from trucks to sedans to SUVs, are affected. The mechanical problems, weak components, and a lack of support make it a hard brand to recommend. General Motors has made great cars in the past, but lately too many miss the mark. It might just be running on its former glory. If you're hoping for long-term reliability and solid service, this isn't the brand for you. Number 7 on the list belongs to Chrysler. The brand has been shuffled between owners for decades, from Daimler to Cerberus to Fiat and now Peugeot. But none of them have made the innovations to improve the brand, as the core problems have stayed the same. To start, interiors feel flimsy, with panels that creak and surfaces that wear quickly. The materials also seem low-grade, feeling more like old plastic than anything premium. It appears that assembly lines move too fast. That rush leads to misaligned parts and poor finishes, meaning many cars leave the factory already halfway to falling apart. Even their best-known models have recurring issues. The Pacifica minivan and Chrysler's sedans have seen multiple recalls over the years due to engine stalls, failing cruise control, and gear selectors that allow rollaways. In 2018 alone, around 15,000 Pacificas were recalled due to battery faults and engine control software problems. According to RepairPal, Chrysler owners pay about $683 per year for repairs, making the cost of ownership higher than most other brands. Warranty coverage doesn't even make this more bearable, as some dealerships sometimes shift blame onto owners. Others delay repairs or avoid them entirely. A lot of drivers skip the warranty process altogether just to save time. Chrysler's problems go beyond age or model. The pattern of poor engineering and bad support affects nearly everything they make. If you're looking for reliability and peace of mind, Chrysler isn't built for it. Filling the 6th spot is the BMW. BMW promises performance and luxury. But behind the badge, long-term ownership tells a different story. Many models require constant attention. The suspension, cooling systems, and gaskets don't last. They constantly need maintenance, and the parts aren't even cheap. On top of that, the engines are unnecessarily complex. BMW pushes them hard, which leads to faster wear and flawed design. For example, the N2328i struggles with timing chains, the N55 engine leaks oil, and the N63 V8 drains its battery even while parked. An M4 might cost over $80,000 new, but 10 years later you can find one for $25,000. That drop attracts buyers who may not realize how expensive upkeep really is, especially since repairs often come sooner than expected, costing thousands in used models. Customer service makes it even worse. Warranty claims take time and some issues go ignored unless the car completely breaks down. BMW also has a recall history worth noting. More than 720,000 cars were recalled for water pumps that could catch fire. Dealerships don't help much either. Pushy sales tactics lure people in, as they sell the lifestyle, not the reality. And that reality includes years of high repair bills and frustration. In the 5th position is Mercedes-Benz. Luxury comes at a cost, and with Mercedes that cost keeps rising, especially after the warranty ends. Their cars are packed with overly complicated tech too. Dual-clutch gearboxes, turbo engines, and electronic systems sound great on paper, but these features demand constant upkeep. Delayed oil or filter changes can cause serious engine damage. The 7G-tronic transmission found in most models over the past decade must be serviced on time. If not, you should expect major repairs. The ride may be smooth at first, but hydraulic engine mounts tend to wear out. When they do, the car shakes more than it should, and suspension issues follow close behind. Failing air components, uneven ride height, and rattling gearbox mounts in the cabin make this all the more of a nightmare. Another downside shows up in its fuel use. Mercedes focuses on power, not efficiency. In city driving, gas mileage is noticeably low. But it wasn't always this way. Back in the 80s and early 90s, their cars were built like tanks. Then came the shift in the early 2000s when water-based paint introduced rust problems and tech-heavy features brought long-term headaches. Today's Mercedes isn't low maintenance. When parts fail, repairs can cost thousands, and for some owners that smooth driving experience fades too quickly. Mercedes sells status, but keeping one on the road is a real challenge. Number 4 is Jaguar. Jaguar's vehicles look elegant, but the problems come too soon and never seem to end. For example, the F-Pace stands out for all the wrong reasons. Owners report dashboard malfunctions, engine overheating, and sudden battery drain. These issues led to 12 official safety recalls. In 2019, Consumer Reports ranked it the least reliable car on the market. Jaguar's infotainment systems are glitchy as well. Some gear selectors won't even rise, seat controls randomly stop working, and overall, the electronics feel half-baked. Their diesel Ingenium engines are another headache. Some drivers report catastrophic failure often before reaching high mileage, and when this happens, repair costs skyrocket. Long wait times at service centers make things worse, as many customers say Jaguar's after-sales support is slow and unhelpful. Even basic repairs take too long to complete. The average yearly cost of maintenance is around $1,123, much higher than the $652 industry average. Jaguars also need more unscheduled repairs than most other brands. About 14% of the time, it's a serious issue that needs fixing. The design also hasn't kept up. Interiors haven't seen a major update since 2014. That makes the cabin feel outdated, even in newer models. If you don't believe me, just search Jaguar online and let the results speak for themselves. Out of 32 automakers, they rank 29th in reliability. That's too close to the bottom, and that reputation isn't changing anytime soon. Third on the list is Volkswagen. This German brand offers great rust protection and solid engines. But besides that, there's not much to offer. Infotainment glitches, AC failures, and sensor issues are common, and electrical systems don't hold up over time. and the diesel emissions scandal only made things worse. That event seriously damaged the brand's image in the US. Since then, there have been several safety recalls. Nearly 80,000 cars were pulled by the NHTSA after software bugs caused backup cameras to cut out and speedometers to disappear from the dashboard. These aren't just minor tech bugs. Losing key displays behind the wheel is dangerous. Repairs are another headache. A lot of parts have to be shipped in, which slows things down and drives up the cost. Plus, most local mechanics aren't trained to handle Volkswagen layouts. What would be a simple fix on a Toyota or Honda turns into a long and drawn-out job. Some still claim an older Jetta holds up better than an aging Corolla, but too often owners regret the decision. Volkswagen might be packed with clever engineering, but if long-term reliability matters to you, there are safer bets out there. Taking the second spot is Audi. At first glance, it nails the premium experience. Features like sharp design, smooth handling, and solid features make it feel high-end, at least when it's new. But the more miles you go, the more it unravels. Audi ranks just slightly above average in J.D. Power's long-term reliability study, which is underwhelming for a brand in the luxury segment. The Q5, for instance, has been known to trigger every car alarm at once, leaving some owners stranded and waiting for a tow. Even basic maintenance is costly. A single fuel pump replacement can run close to $2,000 for just one repair. Audi's heavy use of complex tech means more small components to break and more chances for something to go wrong. So it's no surprise that electronic issues are also common. Owners report warning lights that won't turn off and systems that quit long before they should. Getting service can also be a hassle. Dealerships are limited, so wait times are long, and once your warranty ends, the bills immediately stack up. A few drivers do make it past 100,000 miles, but reaching 200,000 without major failures is rare. The more you drive, the more engines, electronics, and fuel systems start to wear out and push back. To add to the list, fuel economy is average at best, and that won't even protect your wallet. So owning an Audi often feels like buying into luxury, but usually ends up in constant repairs. Finally, at the number one spot, we've got the Volvo. For a brand that's popular for its clean design and comfortable cabins, its looks and safety components are downright disappointing. One major issue is the brakes. A recall was issued after a software glitch disabled the braking assist system. That's a serious risk. Its reliability is another sad story. Consumer Reports gave the XC40 a below-average reliability score for both 2022 and 2023, and even the 2024 models have barely improved. Some of the worst performers include the 2021 XC90, the 2022 XC60, and the 2023 XC40. Owners of these vehicles report failing electronics and broken climate control systems. But Volvo's biggest weakness is its electrical issues. These problems don't just affect convenience features, they impact the engine and core systems too. And when things go wrong, fixing them is expensive. On average, Volvo owners spend $769 per year on maintenance. Over 10 years, that's over $13,500. When you compare that to other brands on the market, there are way better rated competitors. You'll likely visit the mechanic more often than you'd expect, and those visits won't be cheap. Volvo may offer style and comfort, but if you're aiming for longevity without the stress of constant repairs, it may not be the best bet. But not all brands are a total disappointment. If you're in the market for a vehicle, check out the top 4 car brands that are better than Toyota. And don't forget to subscribe for more auto breakdowns.